We met, actually, I have known him since I was 9. And my parents were putting on an addition in their gift shop, and his dad came over to help. Nathan is 2 years older than I am, so I was 9, he was 11, and our job was to pick up all the nails.
She seemed like a very quiet, shy little girl from what I remember, I think. And that changed quite a bit since she grew up, now that I got to know her.
Him being our neighbor, he would come over and play with us, and he loved to go fishing, so we'd go fishing in the pond all the time, and that's kind of how our friendship started. You know, I think I was in 8th grade, and he kind of showed that he liked me, I kind of showed that I liked him, but he wouldn't ask me out.
I'd say probably when I was about 16 or so, I think, is when I started to have feelings for her. I think she had it for me too, but she ended up dating one of my best friends beforehand.
So I ended up dating another guy for 4 years, and I broke Nathan's heart. Then when me and him broke up, my junior year, one night, my mom and I decided, hey, we want to have a drink. We were working really hard. We want to relax a little bit. And my mom and I had a whole bottle of wine. And me and Nathan were just talking, and then he took me to the house because I was a little tipsy. I could kind of tell he liked me then. Because he helped me so much on the tree farm, I decided to get him a Christmas present. So I went and bought him a jacket, because he never wears jackets. So we were in my basement, and I gave him the present, and all of a sudden he just pulled me in and kissed me. And we both looked at each other, and we were like, did that just happen? And that was kind of the start of everything.
And then we ended up just hanging out one night, and she invited me over, watched a movie, and started from there all over again, basically like nothing ever happened. 2 years in to when we actually started full-on dating, and it just basically hit you like a train. It all of a sudden just came up like, this is something I never felt before. I've never felt or seen anything like this person before, and it was pretty unbelievable to say. It's just all of a sudden, you just snuck up on you, and you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with that person.
I'm ready for all that, you know. I don't know if that's my dream. I don't know if I want to do all that. I mean, he loved me, but the true, deep, do anything for me, I'll do anything for him, I'd say he started truly showing that around year 3, and then the past 2.5 years beyond that has been just unreal. Like, I know every couple says this, but I've never seen a couple that strong. I call our relationship almost fireproof. I mean, we've fought a lot of fires, we've put out a lot of fires, but we just keep going, and it shows me more and more and more every single day how much he loves me. It was September 15th that we got engaged. Like, for I'd say 3 months, he was just different, like totally in love with me, constantly making compliments, you know, taking me out on dinners, and I'm like, oh, this is nice.
I think it was my 5-year high school reunion, the day that I proposed to her. And that whole day it was just butterflies and trying to get everything ready inside. I actually proposed to her here in this house and set up table, flowers, and try to find her favorite music from when we were dating for the past 4 years and getting everything together. And she had no idea. Her parents knew. She had no idea. We ended up going to my high school reunion that night and having a really good time. Came back here at about 10:30 at night and told her to go inside. I must have forgot a light on it when I was working in here that day, and she ended up opening the door and stopped and turned around, and she's like, what's going on in here? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. And I had to quick run in the seat, behind my seat and grab the ring and everything like that so I get all set up. And she's in there looking, and I had a table full of pictures from basically from when we started dating when we were 18 to now. And I think she finally started clicking her head that she knows what's going on now. And I started playing some Keeper of the Stars. It's one of her favorite songs and speaks a lot about us. And she started crying a little bit right away, and made her a big long letter, and she read it. And
so I was reading the letter, and as I got done, I'm trying to read it, and I'm like, Skyla, concentrate. And I couldn't, because I kind of had an inkling, but I was like, no, this isn't possible. So I didn't even end up reading the letter. I just faked it.
And when she had her turn around, I was down on one knee and asked her.
For 45 seconds, I said nothing, except for...
First she sat there. I was down on one knee for about, it felt like forever, but it was probably a minute and a half, and she just stared at me, and I just kept staring back, and I'm like, well, is it a yes or a no? Are we gonna, you gonna decide what's gonna happen here? And
then I was like, oh, he's serious. Like, this is real. The ring is there. So I picked it up, or he put it on my hand, and I said yes. She
said, absolutely yes, but you gotta do that again, because I don't know what to say right now. So she gave me the ring back. I stood back up, and I got back down on one knee, and I put it on her finger one more time.
I backed up. I'm like, I took the ring back off. I said, you gotta do that again, because this is not real life. And then it finally hit her, and she started bawling and crying, and she was really happy. Well, that night we went back over to her house, and her parents knew what was going on already. So did my dad. And we went back over there and just had a couple beers, celebrated a little bit, and then the next day we spent the whole next Saturday just going around telling all our family members. We drove from Kewanee all the way down to Wisconsin Rapids to tell our grandparents and everywhere in between, just to get the word out and show that we were finally engaged. It was completely off guard. She actually thought, which I did have the ring at the time, but that was a 2-week period between where I was scared to ask her dad yet, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do and how to ask her. And we going up to like Marinette. They have a DeYoung Zoo up there, and they have a sloth, and she's obsessed with sloths, like literally obsessed. And we went up there, and they have a sloth you can hold and pet, and she thought it was gonna happen then, which is about a week and a half out from when I actually asked her. So she came back, and she was all upset and saying, well, I thought you were gonna do it then. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll have to wait for a while. It'll get better. I guess we'll have to figure out what's gonna happen. And then a week and a half later, I ended up doing it. So I don't think she had any idea what was gonna happen that day. So next year, we're hoping to actually go on some dates like normal.
Yeah. We already voted in for a year of relaxation, and then we already have a project lined up for next summer.
But honestly, working, that's our quality time. We work really well together. So
most days.
Yeah.
As long as you're not cranky. Then we should work it out.
Yeah. First of all, your dimples. I said if
my deformities.
Deformities, yeah, that's what he calls them. And his sense of humor, and your smile, and how hardworking you are, and how kind you are.
Just the drive you have every day to keep going, and no matter what is in your way, you just never stop working or never stop going for what you're looking for, and you always have the drive to get up and get a lot accomplished in a day. And your eyes are always killer. I love your eyes.
Yeah, kids, I'm not ready yet for that, but I will be in a couple years. Honestly, we have talked about, well, obviously this house, getting it how we want it. It's gonna be, what did we say when we were done?
3,600 square feet.
3,600 square foot home when we're done with it.
Basically putting another house next to this house.
Yep. That way.
That way, yeah.
Well, this is our home. It's in shambles right now.
Part of a home.
Yeah, it's part of a home. But it was built in 1924.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 years old.
So it'll be 100 years old soon. And it was built with these big axe-cut logs. And Nathan's grandpa actually built it when he was 18 years old. Great-grandpa built it when he was 18 years old. So that man had ambition, because there's a lot of tender love and care into this.
He had a big right arm.
Yes.
From all the nails he put into this place.
Lots of hammering nails. So right now we're standing in what is going to eventually be our dining room. We're gonna have a nice little bench seat there with a big farmhouse table. And it'll be a tall ceiling. It's gonna stay this height, so that'll be nice for a kitchen.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, and a tall Christmas
very
tree.
tall
Don't
Christmas
forget
tree.
a tall Christmas
Every
tree.
single.
So, and then this room here is going to be our living room, and we're gonna have nice big windows looking out so we can say hi to mom and dad.
And they can watch us.
Yeah, they can watch us with the binoculars.
Yeah.
And then actually the living room's gonna extend all the way to that wall over there, and this is what was the old bathroom over here. And this was the living room, and that was kind of a sitting room.
There's an actual wall separating between them. There's like a doorway
in between
to get in there.
So now we're gonna open this whole thing up, so the kitchen and the
Dining room, living room, everything will be one big room. This is the living room / dining rum / kitchen.
So this will all be open. This wall is gonna go. This is what used to be the old bathroom, and there were 6 kids and 2 adults in here, all using one bathroom in this house.
Yep.
So
they had one more bathroom in the barn, and the youngest one had to go out there.
Yeah.
If they had to shower.
Yep. And then that room in there will eventually be our master bathroom. So that'll be a nice big master
Very
bathroom.
big.
Yeah, and we can't move the walls because they're both low bearing. So it's gonna be a big bathroom, which is fine. And then it walks right into our kitchen, and then around to the dining room, and then the living room over here.
Like you're doing with your hands. Your hand model.
I gotta show. Now we're standing in what will be
your kitchen.
My kitchen. My future kitchen. So I'll have a sink here and a countertop all the way around, and I'll have a nice big kitchen island here, and it'll open up into the living room and to the dining room, and I'll have a nice big pantry, and then we'll actually be adding on that way and 800 square feet, and we'll be walking down the hallway, and there'll be a laundry room and a bathroom. Well, now we're on our upstairs. And then this over here is gonna be one big
kiddies.
Where the kids, the future children,
full of kids,
will be. It'll be one big room with a closet. This actually is all gonna be open for an office, and it will loft down into the living room, so you will be able to stand up here and see straight down into the living room. And then about right here from that way on will be a bathroom, and then we'll actually be able to walk down a hallway, and there'll be 2 more bedrooms at the end of the hallway, and it'll be open into the kitchen and
the laundry room
and the hallway, so it'll be an open staircase as well. So this room, or this roof, is coming off, and Nathan did such a wonderful job of taking the chimney down by himself.
That's all that's left. That's it.
So it's down to there at least. So yeah, and it's beautiful lofted ceilings, so we're gonna pitch the roof and make it nice and open.
As much as we can.
As much as we can, yeah. And then we eventually want to take over my parents' tree farm and expand it. We want to keep going with my parents' tree farm. They got a good gig going. We want to keep...
Try and catch up to what Don and Lean started.
Yeah, what my grandparents started. Relaxing, so we're doing the cliche thing. I'm going to the Caribbean.
Sit on a beach and relax. Stare at the sunsets.
Yeah, so we're thinking either it's between Aruba,
Jamaica. Every single time.
I don't.